Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso at thewatchbox.com. It's your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Reach out to me directly, tmosso at thewatchbox.com. New for 2019, an all new and refreshed latest generation of the legendary 36mm Rolex Oyster Perpetual Day-Date. This is the 128238 with ombre dial diamond set. A timepiece in yellow gold with matching yellow gold Rolex President bracelet. It has tremendous mass to it as it feels very heavy for its size, imposing, exuding quality. 36 millimeters in diameter by a reasonable 12.1 millimeters thick from lug to lug, 43.3 millimeters from lug to lug, but if you include the end links of the bracelet, it's still a compact 45 millimeters lug to lug. The timepiece includes a spacing of 20 millimeters between the lugs, and when we throw it on my wrist, 16 centimeters in circumference, it is the perfect size for a dress watch. Now, this is a sporting dress watch, there's no doubt about it. Automatic winding, 100 meters water resistant, an architecture to the movement that is shared, frankly, with the sea dwellers and the submariners. So this is a timepiece that looks the part of a dress watch, but has the durability to be a full-time watch. Easily sliding underneath the cuff. You can see from overhead, it's nowhere near the edge of my wrists, and the down the barrel shot shows that I have plenty of clearance on both sides. You could wear this watch on a wrist as small as 13 to 13.5 centimeters circumference. The bracelet is the Rolex President. The watch often nicknamed the President because of its illustrious and sometimes infamous past ownership. The President bracelet, however, is formally named the President, whereas the watch is only nicknamed the President. Polished centers, satin-finished shoulder links. You can see polished outer faces, also removable links fixed by screws, and the President's always been physically a little bit more solid with an integrity you don't find in the lighter and somewhat more delicate 5-link Jubilee, but unlike the 3-link sporting Oyster bracelet, the short individual links, which have a cropped cross-section, they are a little bit more fluid and silken on the wrist, so it has the integrity of an Oyster, but with the comfort of the Jubilee, which is the best of both worlds. The crown clasp has always been a wonderful piece of theater. The only visible cue as to the partition point being the Rolex crown over the clasp. And it's upgraded now as it is a hinged beak with an internal hook, so it is a vertical trigger system rather than just a friction fit closure. There is a great deal of security here when it is closed, and you can hear it snap shut. Rolling over to the case, it's polished on its lug hoods as well as on its case flanks, and this is not the super case because you can see it is not sheer in profile and the lugs are not unduly squared off. It's a lovely fluid form that reminds us of the way Rolex cases used to be. We have a 100-meter water-resistant case with a screw-down Rolex twin lock crown in gold. You know that because it has 2 dots on it. That is a twin lock in gold. A fluted bezel, this one never refinished, absolutely razor sharp, glittering like cut gems, unadulterated, and as beautifully faceted as the day it left Geneva. Now, the timepiece features a dial that's difficult to capture on camera. I'm going to do my best. If you're familiar with the vintage Rolex vignette dials that faded from light-colored, almost black at their edge, this so-called ombre dial is designed to reference those typically 1970s and 80s Rolex vignette dials that had a gradient fade to their color. Now, of course, this is a recent Rolex dials. It features the crown between Swiss and Made. Post-2018, all new Rolex models will feature that. We have yellow gold individual applique indices on which these diamonds are set, and they include both baguette diamonds and brilliant cut diamonds. All of the printing is in gold on the green base, and you can see there's yellow gold Rolex coronet crown up at 12 o'clock with faceted and high polished yellow gold hands. It is a double quick set, and underneath the sapphire you have the day and the date, which can be set in the intermediate position of the crown, such that turn clockwise you change the date, turn counterclockwise you change the day. Screw down crown, but remember, let's take one last look. There is a hacking or stop seconds function inside Rolex caliber 3255. The Day-Date movement is based on the new 3235 architecture. There's not a whole lot to see on the case back because it's solid, but you're getting more precious metal content as a result. The movement has a 70-hour power reserve instead of the former 48. It's shock resistant with a full balance bridge and a free sprung balance. It's anti-magnetic with a blue oxidized niobium zirconium alloy that Rolex uses. They call it parachrom blue. It is also adjusted in 6 positions, not the chronometer standard of 5, so it goes to be chronometer certified. Rolex then takes the chronometer certified movement and tests it in 6 positions as a fully cased up watch. So as a watch, rather than a bare movement, it exceeds the chronometer standards. -2 plus 2 seconds per day or better. That is the superlative chronometer standard. This beats away at 28,800 vibrations per hour. It pivots on 31 joules, and there's an innovation in the winding system. Rolex now using a rotor bearing instead of a jeweled staff for greater shock resistance. Rolex also retiring its longtime KIF shock protection for its new in-house Paraflex system. So this timepiece is all Rolex, right down to the shock protection and even the lubricants used. Reach out to Tim Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details of this ombre dial Rolex Day-Date 36.